Have you ever wondered what happened to the cast of Dad's Army after the beloved sitcom ended in 1977? This classic British show, which ran from 1968 to 1977, captured the hearts of audiences with its charming portrayal of the quirky members of the Walmington-on-Sea Home Guard during World War II. But what became of the talented actors who brought characters like Captain Mainwaring, Sergeant Wilson, and Private Pike to life? In this video, we'll dive deep into the lives and careers of the Dad's Army cast after the series concluded, uncovering their personal journeys, future projects, and the lasting influence the show had on their careers. Stick around to find out what became of your favorite characters in real life. John Le Mesurier, born on April 5, 1912, in London, was a celebrated British actor best known for his portrayal of Sergeant Arthur Wilson in the iconic sitcom Dad's Army, which aired from 1968 to 1977. Le Mesurier began playing Wilson at the age of 56, a role that became one of his most memorable. His character was known for his dry humor, kindness, and gentle demeanor, contributing significantly to the success of the show. Le Mesurier's acting career spanned over 5 decades. He had a diverse range of roles in both film and television, starting in the 1930s and rising to prominence in the 1950s. Before Dad's Army, he had notable roles in sitcoms like Hancock's Half Hour and The Army Game. His career was marked by a steady stream of comedic performances, and his work on Dad's Army cemented his status as a beloved figure in British comedy. In his personal life, Le Mesurier was married 4 times. His first marriage, to actress Helen Preece, ended in divorce in 1940. His second marriage was to Margaret Le Mesurier in 1945, followed by another divorce in 1961. He married Hélène Lamoine in 1963, but their marriage ended in 1969. His final marriage was to actress Joanne Le Mesurier in 1972, and they were together until his death. Le Mesurier had one son, Nicholas, who later became involved in the arts. Le Mesurier's career continued into the 1970s and 1980s, with appearances in various films and TV shows. However, his health began to decline due to alcohol-related issues. On November 15, 1983, Le Mesurier passed away at the age of 71 from cirrhosis of the liver, leading to a stomach hemorrhage. Despite his personal struggles, Le Mesurier's work in Dad's Army and other television projects has left a lasting legacy. His portrayal of Sergeant Wilson remains a key part of British television history. Arthur Lowe, born on September 22, 1915, in Hayfield, Derbyshire, England, was a prominent British actor best known for his role as Captain George Mainwaring in the sitcom Dad's Army, which aired from 1968 to 1977. When he began filming the series at age 53, Lowe already had an extensive career in theater and film. His portrayal of Captain Mainwaring, the bumbling yet authoritative leader of the Home Guard, became one of the most iconic roles in British television history. Lowe's early career included training at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, RADA, and numerous stage performances before moving to television and film. His role in Dad's Army earned him widespread fame, and he became a household name in the UK. Lowe's performance as the proud but often out-of-his-depth Captain Mainwaring resonated with audiences and contributed to the sitcom's enduring success. Lowe was married to actress Joan Cooper in 1941, and the couple had one son, Jeremy Lowe, who later worked in television. Despite struggles with alcoholism, Lowe's personal life, particularly his marriage, remained mostly stable, with Joan being a supportive presence throughout his career. Lowe's health began to decline in the early 1980s, and he passed away on April 15, 1982, at the age of 66 after suffering a stroke. His death marked the end of an era for Dad's Army, but his legacy as Captain Mainwaring lives on. His work continues to be celebrated by fans, and he is remembered as one of Britain's greatest comedic actors. Though Lowe's career had its ups and downs, particularly due to personal challenges, his role in Dad's Army stands as a testament to his talent and enduring impact on British comedy. His contribution to television remains a defining part of his legacy. John Laurie, born on March 25, 1897, in Edinburgh, Scotland, was a prominent actor, best known for his role as Private James Fraser in the British sitcom Dad's Army, 1968 to 1977. Laurie began portraying Fraser at the age of 71, becoming one of the most memorable characters in the series. His portrayal of the grumpy, pessimistic Scotsman, often uttering the phrase, "We're doomed," became a hallmark of the show. Laurie's career began in theater, where he earned recognition for his performances in both classical and contemporary plays. He also appeared in various films throughout the 1930s and 1940s, although many of his roles were small. It was his work on Dad's Army, however, that brought him widespread fame and secured his place in British television history. The series, which centered on a local Home Guard unit during World War II, became a massive hit, and Laurie's performance was key to its success. In his personal life, Laurie married actress Margaret Thompson in 1925, and they had one son, Andrew, who later pursued a career in the arts. Laurie's marriage was a long and loving one, and they remained together until Thompson's death in the 1960s. After Dad's Army ended in 1977, Laurie's career slowed down, with fewer acting opportunities in his later years. He made occasional appearances in TV shows and films, but never reached the same level of fame as he did with Fraser. Laurie passed away on June 23, 1980, at the age of 83 from natural causes. Laurie's legacy lives on through his iconic role in Dad's Army, where his distinctive voice and dry humor left an indelible mark on British comedy. His son Andrew continued the family's connection to the arts, becoming a television producer and director. Despite his later years being less prominent, Laurie is remembered fondly for his talent, particularly as Private Fraser. Clive Dunn was born on January 9, 1920, in London, England. He is best known for his role as Lance Corporal Jack Jones in the British sitcom Dad's Army, which aired from 1968 to 1977. Dunn was 48 when he first appeared on the show, bringing to life the energetic, proud, and often forgetful character of Jones, a butcher who served in the Home Guard during World War II. His portrayal of Jones became iconic, earning him a lasting place in British television history. In his personal life, Clive Dunn married actress and singer Priscilla Morgan in 1953, and the couple had 2 children, Nicholas and Jessica. Their marriage lasted for several decades until Clive's death in 2012. Dunn largely kept his private life away from the public eye, but his long marriage indicated a stable and happy family life. Clive Dunn's career began long before Dad's Army. He had appeared in several British television series and films in the 1950s and 1960s, including The Army Game and The Perils of Pauline. However, it was Dad's Army that cemented his fame. His role as Jack Jones made him a household name in the UK. After the show ended, Dunn's career faced a dip, although he continued to act occasionally in television and theater. His later career included occasional appearances, but he struggled to match the success of his Dad's Army years. In addition to acting, Dunn enjoyed a brief music career, releasing the popular song Grandad in 1970, which further endeared him to the public. Though his career slowed in his later years, he remained a beloved figure in British entertainment. Clive Dunn passed away on November 6, 2012, at the age of 92, following complications from surgery. His death marked the end of an era for Dad's Army, as he was one of the final surviving cast members. Today, his legacy lives on through his iconic portrayal of Jack Jones, a character still fondly remembered by fans. Ian Lavender, born on February 16, 1946, in Birmingham, England, is best known for his role as Private Frank Pike in the beloved British sitcom Dad's Army, which aired from 1968 to 1977. At the time, Lavender was just 22 years old. His portrayal of the young and nervous Private Pike made him one of the show's most memorable characters. Dad's Army followed the misadventures of the Walmington-on-Sea Home Guard during World War II, and Lavender's performance added a touch of vulnerability and humor to the ensemble cast. Lavender began his acting career at a young age, training at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, RADA. After Dad's Army, he appeared in a variety of television shows, including The Young Ones and Only Fools and Horses. However, none of these roles matched the fame he achieved with Dad's Army. Despite experiencing the ups and downs of an acting career, Lavender continued to work in television and theater, occasionally reprising his role as Frank Pike, including in the 2016 Dad's Army film. In his personal life, Lavender married actress and writer Maggie Steed in 1974. They had 2 children, a son named Luke and a daughter named Sophie. Their marriage was a strong and private one, and Lavender often spoke fondly of his family. In his later years, Lavender stepped back from the spotlight, maintaining a quiet life with his family. He passed away on February 2, 2024, at the age of 77 from a heart attack. Lavender's death marked the end of an era for fans of Dad's Army, but his legacy lives on through his iconic role and his contribution to British television comedy. His work continues to be celebrated, and he will always be remembered as one of the most beloved characters in British sitcom history. Arnold Ridley was born on January 7, 1896, in Bath, England. He is best known for his role as Private Charles Godfrey in the classic British sitcom Dad's Army, which aired from 1968 to 1977. Ridley was 72 years old when he first appeared in the series, portraying the gentle and somewhat forgetful Godfrey, a character beloved by audiences for his kindness and innocence. Before his television fame, Ridley had a successful career in the theatre. He attended the University of Bristol and trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, RADA. He worked on various stage productions, both as an actor and a playwright. Ridley is particularly known for his play The Ghost Train, 1923, which was a notable success and later adapted into a film. Though his career had its ups and downs, Ridley found stability and recognition later in life with Dad's Army. In his personal life, Ridley married actress Violet Lane in 1921, and they had 2 children. The couple enjoyed a long, happy marriage. Ridley kept his personal life private, focusing on his work rather than public attention. Despite the success of Dad's Army, Ridley's later years saw a decline in his health. He continued to act after the show ended, but his health issues, including complications from a fall, eventually led to his death on March 12, 1984, at the age of 88. Ridley's portrayal of Private Godfrey remains one of his most enduring legacies, and he is remembered as a warm and talented actor whose work continues to be cherished by fans of British television. Bill Pertwee, born on July 21, 1926, in Amersham, Buckinghamshire, England, was a renowned British actor, best known for his portrayal of Chief Warden Hodges in the beloved sitcom Dad's Army, which aired from 1968 to 1977. He began playing the character at the age of 42, bringing to life the pompous and often antagonistic leader of the local air raid warden service. His performance was a standout in the show, with Hodges's clashes with the Home Guard characters becoming a key comedic element. Before Dad's Army, Pertwee had a long and varied career in theater and television, starting in the 1950s. He appeared in various British sitcoms, including The Army Game and Hancock's Half Hour. Pertwee's career spanned both drama and comedy, with his versatility as an actor making him a familiar face in British entertainment. While his role as Hodges was the pinnacle of his career, he continued acting in the 1970s and 1980s, taking on both comedic and dramatic roles in television and film. Pertwee was married to Diana, with whom he had a daughter. His personal life was kept relatively private, and he was known for being a reserved individual who preferred to focus on his professional work. His stable family life was a cornerstone of his later years. Pertwee's portrayal of Chief Warden Hodges remains one of the most memorable characters in British sitcom history. His sharp wit and comedic timing made the character a favorite among fans. He appeared in all 9 series of Dad's Army and reprised his role in both the 1971 and 2016 film adaptations. Bill Pertwee passed away on May 27, 2013, at the age of 86 from natural causes. His death marked the loss of one of the last surviving stars of Dad's Army. Despite his quieter later years, Pertwee's legacy lives on through his iconic role in the series and his contributions to British comedy. James Beck was born on February 21, 1929, in London, England. He is best remembered for his role as Private Joe Walker in the classic British sitcom Dad's Army, which aired from 1968 to 1977. Beck began playing the character at the age of 39, and his portrayal of the cheeky, opportunistic Private Walker quickly became one of the most beloved parts of the show. Walker, known for his knack for scrounging items for the Home Guard in exchange for money or favors, brought humor and wit to the series, making him a fan favorite. Before Dad's Army, Beck had a diverse career in theater and television, with appearances in various stage productions and films. However, it was his role in Dad's Army that brought him significant fame and recognition. His ability to deliver comedic performances with ease and his natural chemistry with the cast made him an essential part of the ensemble. James Beck's personal life was more private, with little known about his family. He was married to his wife, Diana, but they did not have children. While details of his marriage remain scarce, Beck was known to be dedicated to his work, and he had a strong bond with his Dad's Army co-stars who admired his warmth and friendly demeanor. Tragically, Beck's life was cut short when he passed away on August 6, 1973, at the age of 44 from a heart attack. His sudden death shocked both his colleagues and fans of the show, as he was still in the midst of filming the 8th series of Dad's Army. As a tribute to Beck, the writers chose to write out his character by having Private Walker sent away on a mission. His absence was deeply felt, and his passing left a void in the show. Although his career was brief, James Beck's contribution to British television, particularly through his role as Private Walker, remains cherished. Colin Bean was born on April 15, 1926, in Edinburgh, Scotland. He is best known for his role as Private Sponge in the British sitcom Dad's Army, which he portrayed from 1968 to 1977, starting at the age of 42. As Private Sponge, Bean brought to life a somewhat naive, comical character who became a memorable part of the show's ensemble. His performance in Dad's Army earned him a lasting place in British television history, with fans continuing to appreciate his portrayal of the character long after the series ended. Before Dad's Army, Bean had a career that included work in theater and film, though he did not achieve the same level of fame in these fields as he did on television. Despite this, his acting background helped him bring depth and humor to the character of Private Sponge. His work on Dad's Army marked the pinnacle of his career, and it remains his most celebrated role. In his personal life, Bean married and had children, but he was known to be private about his family. Little is known about the details of his relationships, though it's clear that he led a relatively quiet life outside the public eye, focusing on his family and acting career. After Dad's Army ended, Bean made occasional television and film appearances, but his work became less frequent. Despite this, his association with Dad's Army kept him in the public's memory, and he remained a beloved figure among fans of the show. Colin Bean passed away on June 20, 2009, at the age of 83. His death marked the loss of a cherished figure in British television comedy. Though he did not remain in the spotlight in his later years, Bean's legacy lives on, especially through his iconic role as Private Sponge in Dad's Army. Edward Sinclair was born on February 3, 1914, in Norwich, England. He is best known for his role as Verger Maurice Yeatman in the British sitcom Dad's Army, which aired from 1968 to 1977. Sinclair was 54 years old when he began playing Maurice Yeatman, the eccentric but well-meaning church verger in the fictional Walmington-on-Sea Home Guard. His portrayal of Yeatman, who often found himself in amusing situations, made him a memorable part of the ensemble cast. In his personal life, Edward Sinclair married his wife, Mary, and while details about their family life remain private, it is clear they shared a peaceful life together. Sinclair kept much of his personal life out of the public eye, focusing primarily on his career. Before Dad's Army, Sinclair had a long career in acting, appearing in a variety of British films and television series. However, it was his role as Maurice Yeatman that brought him widespread recognition. His performance added a distinctive flavor to the show, enhancing its appeal with his charm and comedic timing. While Dad's Army was his most famous role, Sinclair's acting career spanned many years, with notable appearances in supporting roles. Sinclair's career reached its peak with Dad's Army, but after the show ended in 1977, he stepped back from the spotlight. Sadly, just months after the show concluded, Sinclair passed away on August 29, 1977, at the age of 63 from a heart attack. His death came as a shock to his family, friends, and fans. Though his time in the limelight was relatively brief, his legacy in British television lives on through his beloved character, Maurice Yeatman. Today, Edward Sinclair is remembered fondly for his role in Dad's Army, a show that remains a staple of British comedy. His portrayal of the church verger is one of the many cherished characters from the series, and he is fondly remembered by fans of the show. Janet Davies, born on September 14, 1927, in London, England, is best known for her role as Mrs. Mavis Pike in the classic British sitcom Dad's Army, which aired from 1968 to 1977. She was 41 years old when she began portraying the loving but overprotective wife of Private Frank Pike, played by Ian Lavender. Mrs. Pike was a key character who brought warmth and humor to the series, adding depth to the family dynamics in the show. Her portrayal of the character made her a memorable part of the ensemble cast. Before her time on Dad's Army, Davies had a successful career in theater and television, having trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, RADA. While she appeared in several other television productions, her role as Mrs. Pike became her most iconic. Despite her recognition on Dad's Army, Davies was relatively private about her personal life. She was married to actor and director Stanley Labor, and they had a daughter. The couple had a strong and loving relationship, and Davies was known to be devoted to her family. Tragically, Janet Davies passed away on September 22, 1986, just 8 days after her 59th birthday. Her untimely death was a loss to both her family and her fans, as she had left a lasting impact on British television. Although she did not achieve widespread fame outside of Dad's Army, her portrayal of Mrs. Pike remains beloved by fans of the show. Davies's career, marked by her memorable role in Dad's Army, was part of the golden age of British sitcoms. Despite the ups and downs of her acting journey, her contribution to the series remains significant, ensuring her place in the history of British television comedy. Though she passed away at a relatively young age, her work continues to be celebrated, with Dad's Army remaining a beloved classic. Frank Williams, born on July 2, 1931, in England, is best remembered for his role as Reverend Timothy Farthing in the beloved British sitcom Dad's Army, which aired from 1969 to 1977. Williams was 38 years old when he first portrayed the well-meaning, slightly bumbling clergyman, Reverend Farthing. His character added warmth and humor to the series, becoming a key member of the Home Guard platoon. Before joining Dad's Army, Williams had a diverse career in television and theater. He trained at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, LAMDA, where he honed his acting skills. He appeared in numerous stage productions and TV shows, gradually building a reputation as a versatile actor. His role in Dad's Army was his breakthrough, and it brought him widespread recognition, making him a familiar face to British audiences. In his personal life, Williams was married to actress Caroline Williams. They shared a happy life together and had 2 children. Though Williams kept much of his private life away from the public eye, he was known to be devoted to his family and enjoyed a peaceful and stable home life. After Dad's Army ended, Williams continued to act in various television shows and films, although none reached the same level of fame as his role as Reverend Farthing. He remained active in the theater and made occasional appearances in Dad's Army reunions, where fans celebrated his contribution to the show. Frank Williams passed away on June 26, 2022, at the age of 90. His portrayal of Reverend Farthing remains one of his most beloved roles, and his legacy endures through Dad's Army, a show that continues to be cherished by audiences. Williams's career is a testament to his talent, and he will always be remembered as an integral part of British sitcom history. And that's a wrap. The cast of Dad's Army may have moved on to different paths, but their unforgettable performances have left a lasting legacy. From continued acting careers to new adventures, each of them has made their mark in their own way. We hope you enjoyed discovering what happened to these iconic actors after the show ended. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.